Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bregadon. Let's retake the Gray Garrison. You've not completed your mission in the Gray Garrison yet.
This will be quick.
The light take you!
You crossed the wrong line. He won't survive me.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
We do it my way.
Sealed with magic.
Not this time. I hope you appreciate this.
Of course. Alright, to the second floor. Hey, I know you. So, you're one of these cultists. How's it going, pal? Want to join? You'll all be dead soon, but we'll be alive. I can't. Come on, leave these losers. Crusades are over. Soon the demons will rule the whole world. Here goes nothing. I'll help Baphomet. Cowardly traitor. I swear on the sword of Iomedae, you will answer for your betrayal.
Ah, a test of my abilities.
Remember, kids, peer pressure not even once. So, Irabeth's group will take care of these guys. We're supposed to take care of these guys, but, tough little fight. Iomedae protects us. The demons stand no chance.
Endure this!
I'll cut you wide open!
Into the fray!
Could this happen?
Make every strike count.
The spirits demand your blood.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Did you see that?
Luckily, this guy's not aggroed.
The light take
You
you!
won't survive me.
Here comes Irabeth and the gang. For the queen!
You are today's sacrifice.
No glory without risk!
Good job, guys.
Do not fear!
Go
Do
for
not
their hearts.
waver!
Just hang back and let them take care of it.
Follow if you dare.
The inheritor,
another obstacle.
guide my blade!
Okay, we want all these scrolls. Healing potions, more scrolls. That's the wardstone right there.
I'm off.
The door won't budge. Looks like it's locked from the other side. The stairs are severely damaged. This way is impassable. 'Cause, 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 'c The door is locked by some unusual or magical means. There's no lock to be seen. A heavy blunt object was clearly used to try to break down the door. The lock is broken. The door cannot be opened. To battle. Let's take Canabras back. The door won't budge. Looks like it's locked from the other side. To the 3rd floor. I want to grab all this stuff.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh!
The face of this demoness could be called pretty, if it had eyes. Her mouth slowly widens into a smug grin.
What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
The demon's mouth drops open in surprise. She brings her manicured hand up to cover it.
Minagho. You again, you wench!
The aide's door from Irabeth's troop, silent up to now, spits on the floor. His hardened, craggy face, like storm-weathered stone, twists as if in pain.
Minagho, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabras. She must be back to finish what she started.
The half-orc is too well bred to spit on the floor, but the name sounds like a slur on her tongue. Staunton, do you know this demon?
Does he know me? Staunton, darling. Tell them all how close we were.
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Drezen fell.
The dwarf's voice rasps like rusted metal.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Drezen fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
Minagho threatens Staunton with a dainty clawed finger.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
They will break.
Alright, once again, we're gonna hang back and let Irabeth and her troop take care of these guys.
Endure this!
I thought we'd avoid the sinking cloud, but unfortunately we did not.
I'll cut you wide open.
Don't hold back!
The spirits demand your blood.
Into the fray.
You are today's sacrifice.
grab this stuff as well. We're gonna be over encumbered,
I do what I must.
but you want to grab all that stuff while you can, because at the end of this section, you don't have the option to grab it all before you leave.
This one was beyond me.
The call symbol drawn in human blood. What does it mean? The symbol of Discari.
The mug?
As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with the power coming from the stone. Suddenly, your head is filled with voices. Screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening voices pleading for help, speaking curses and taunts. You blink, and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious wardstone. But what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
A demon with a mocking smile stands beside the wardstone.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious wardstone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves.
Minagho's laugh rings through the chamber.
So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof, pledge your loyalty to Baphomet, and when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
The demon blows Staunton a kiss and then holds out her leg, which ends in a cloven hoof instead of a foot. So roleplay wise, I just take option 4, but I do like exploring all the voice acting. Who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories, even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums, don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minagho, Lily II and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
The righteous fury swell within you. How dare this demon besmirch the ground of this beautiful world with her hooves? A world created by the gods and cultivated by mortals. And these cultists, how dare they betray all that is sacred in this world and join the forces of the foulest evil? Can they repent and redeem themselves? Do they follow the path of evil past the point of no return? The wardstone seems to sense your thoughts. The chamber grows slightly brighter. What are you doing to the stone?
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
The demon brings her clawed finger coquettishly to her lips.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
Feel a sudden rush of wild rage, and with it comes a feeling of monstrous, unbridled destructive power. It is like the power you felt in the shield maze when you were confronting Savamalek, but now it feels more fully fledged, more conscious. Shut your filthy mouth, scum.
Make me. One of the sweetest spoils of war is gloating over your broken and humiliated enemy. You want to deny me that pleasure?
The demon's face breaks into a saccharine smile. Reveal the light of heaven. Your victory celebrations are a little premature, demon. Echoing the holy flame erupting from your hand, the light also gets brighter and brighter till it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again, stronger now. They repeat your words like a choir of angels.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
The demon giggles. You hear a note of astonishment in her laughter. The man standing among the cultists turns to her. Don't listen to her. The fiend wants us to lose all hope. She won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
The cultists glance at each other, hesitating. At last, the man who is first to speak up against Minagho rips Baphomet's unholy symbol from his chest and casts it to the floor.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back, and heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
A tattoo-covered cultist reaches for his weapon.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
An elf with a face deformed by acid burns throws her unholy symbol at him.
Their life ends here!
The light take you!
Go for their hearts!
Make every strike count!
I'll cut you wide open!
Strike! You crossed the line. A mere flesh wound.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
Irritation seeps into Minagho's voice. I was gonna wait for the effects to end, but I guess they're not going to. The demoness whispers a spell, and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Companions wince in pain, but it's nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices once again burst into your mind, drowning you in their moans, screams, and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. The evil spells won't stop a righteous army.
Iomade is with us!
Yes, yes. Keep telling yourself that.
The roar of voices blends into an unbearable wall of screaming. Your vision goes dark.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Irabeth punches her fist into her palm. I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, sure. What is the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Tell me about the wardstone. Why is it so important?
The wardstones are a gift of Iomede. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
Can I help you in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone.
Irabeth lowers her voice almost to a whisper.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Gray Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
The half-orc smiles at you encouragingly.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
Irabeth clears her throat. So I know she requests us to look for Janna Aldori for the sake of Sela's quest, but I think narratively, it's because she's an Aldori, which is an important name in the Pathfinder setting. Everything is clear.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabras still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Alright, welcome to the Defender's Heart. There's a bunch of bonus items you get for ordering a specific type, or a specific edition of the game. We haven't identified them yet. We will when we talk to a merchant. Like a brief rundown. The dragon gives you... Oh, it tells us. We'll have to identify that one. So summons a tiny pet sovereign dragon. Sovereign Dragon's Great Wisdom provides +1 morale bonus on Knowledge World, Knowledge Arcana, Lore Nature, and Lore Religion's skill checks. The Hero Cloak. This cloak grants its wearer the ability to cast Heroism spell once per day as a 3rd level wizard. An Unholy Signet. The Signet grants its wearer the ability to cast Bane spell as a 3rd level cleric 3 times a day. An Arcane Signet. The Signet grants its wearer the ability to cast Magic Missile spell as a 3rd level wizard 3 times a day. I believe the glasses give you bonuses against swarms. I always forget what the bracers do. The helmet lets you use a flame breath attack. This hat gives you 5 hit points. The gloves give you +1 to attack or damage rolls or both. It also has a melted effect. But we'll read that once we identify him. Let's go level up real quick. So 3rd level Paladin, we get a feat. We get Aura of Courage. At 3rd level, a Paladin is immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +1 morale bonus on saving throws against fear effects. This ability functions only while the Paladin is conscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. And a Mercy. At 3rd level and every 3 levels thereafter, a Paladin can select 1 Mercy. Each Mercy adds an effect to the Paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target also receives the additional effects from all of the Mercies possessed by the Paladin. And Divine Health. At 3rd level, a Paladin is immune to all diseases, which is really good in the early game, because there are a ton of diseases like Demon Plague that just can rack your team, including supernatural and magical diseases, including Mummy Rot. Athletics and Persuasion. And I'm thinking Power Attack. To double check. Yeah. It's a Power Attack. You can choose to take a -1 penalty on all melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain a +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls. This bonus of damage is increased by half, plus 50%. You're making an attack with a 2-handed weapon, a 1-handed weapon using 2 hands, or a primary natural weapon that adds 1.5 times your strength modifier on damage rolls. This bonus of damage is halved, minus 50%. You're making an attack with an offhand weapon or secondary natural weapon. When your base attack bonus reaches +4, and every 4 points thereafter, the penalty increases by -1, and the bonus of damage increases by +2. The effects of this feat last until your next turn. Bonus damage does not apply to touch attacks or effects that do not deal hit point damage. So this last part, but it's not going to apply to us anyway. I know it says it lasts until your next turn, but we just toggle it on and we don't have to worry about it. Mercy Fatigued is pretty useful. So whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target is no longer fatigued.
We should move.
Because for Power Attack to work, you have to proclaim you're going to use it before your attack that turn. But if it's toggled on, it's always proclaimed before your next attack. Alright, and Lan. So we're not going to continue with the Zen Archer now that he's on the surface. We're going to multi-class him. So personally, I think his best thematic multi-class is the Tandem Executioner. But I also think that Sable Company Marine makes sense. So, the Sable Company Marines receive their training at the Elite Endrin Military Academy in Corvosa. We're going to ignore that part. A large portion of their education is the handling and riding of hippogriffs, the iconic mounts of members of the company. So Lan was desperate to return to the surface and leave the underground behind. He wanted the freedom that entails. I think there's a parallel with, well, mounts in the game and freedom, and also flying in freedom. The best way to fully experience the surface is to fly above it, right? So we're going to give him the Hippogriff Companion. At first level, a Sable Company Marine gains a Hippogriff as a mount instead of choosing the Hunter's Bond class feature at 4th level. This ability functions like the Druid's Animal Companion ability, and the Marine's effective Druid level is equal to his Ranger level. While the Sable Company Marine is mounted, he also attacks the target with the Hippogriff's flying attack as a full round action. Range attacks made in this way do not provoke attacks of opportunity. The target is considered flat-footed against these attacks. This Ranger class does lose the favorite enemy ability, but that's fine. Ranger proficiencies. A Ranger is proficient with all simple and martial weapons, and with light armor, medium armor, and shields except tower shields, but he won't be using any armor anyway. Athletics, mobility, perception, and lore nature. We're going to grab Boon Companion here because our mount's going to be 2 levels behind us. So your bond with your animal companion is unusually close. The abilities of your animal companion are calculated as though your class were 4 levels higher to a maximum effective level equal to your character level. So this will put our animal companion at level 3. Alright, so animal companion Hippogriff. Size large, speed 40 feet, armor class +4 natural armor, attacks bite 1d6. Ability scores 15 strength, 15 dexterity, 14 constitution, 2 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 9 charisma. Special qualities: flying attack, immunity to ground-based effects such as difficult terrain. At 7th level, Hippogriff gains +2 dexterity, +2 constitution, 2 claw attacks, 1d4, and the heavy landing and pounce abilities. Heavy landing. When diving toward the target, the Hippogriff lands heavily and knocks nearby foes off their feet before striking. Whenever the Hippogriff makes a flying attack, it performs a free trip combat maneuver against all enemies within 5 feet with a bonus to CMB equal to half its level. And pounce. When a creature with this special attack charges, it can perform a full attack, including rake attacks if the creature also has the rake ability. And I'm thinking Daredevil. Just for the thematics. I also like the idea of the Bulwark for the free barding feats. Otherwise you have to invest in barding feats yourself. And I think the Hippogriff is going to look really cool with armor on. Yeah, let's do Daredevil. Daredevil companions join the fray with graceful leaps or swooping dives, heedless of the danger. We get Artful Acrobat. The Daredevil gains a competence bonus on mobility checks equal to half its hit dice. Then at level 3 we get Evasion. A character can avoid even magical and unusual attacks with great agility. If a character makes a successful reflex saving throw against an attack that normally deals half damage on a successful save, he instead takes no damage. A helpless creature does not gain the benefit of Evasion. Then Combat Mobility. You can easily move through a dangerous melee. Benefit. You get a +4 dodge bonus to armor class against attacks of opportunity caused when you move out or within a threatened area. Or out of or within. A condition that makes you lose your dexterity bonus to armor class, if any, also makes you lose dodge bonuses. A dodge bonus is stacked with each other, unlike most types of bonuses. You lose devotion. Gain Devil May Care. At 9th level, a Daredevil can't be flanked, which is great because he's going to be diving headfirst into the enemy ranks. You lose multi-attack though, and get improved evasion at level 15. This ability works like evasion, except that while the character still takes no damage on a successful reflex saving throw against attacks, he henceforth takes only half damage on a failed save. A helpless character does not gain the benefit of improved evasion. And for him, we're going to go with mobility and perception. And I like Die Hard on animal companions, but not regular companions. Because I find when it procs on regular companions, they're probably in a position where they're going to die anyway. And this just guarantees they actually get killed. Because typically when a companion falls unconscious, enemies stop attacking them. And so they have a chance not to be killed outright. Animal companions come back to life on rest regardless. You don't have to waste resources to bring them back. We could go with the armor proficiency light barding, but we don't have access to barding yet. We won't find any of that until a little bit later. So Die Hard's pretty useful. It'll give them an extra round of attacks. So they can possibly finish off the enemy before they finish them off. So Die Hard. You're especially hard to kill. Your hit point total is below 0, but you are not killed. You can fight on for one more round as if disabled. At the end of your next turn, unless brought to above 0 hit points, you immediately fall unconscious. I think we're going to name him Sunshine. Because Lan likes the sunshine. And Lan worships Iomedae, so we're going to go with Eridus. There's not a month named after Iomedae, but Eridin was the god that predated Iomedae, who she inherited the title, well, after. That's why she's called the Inheritor. There we have it. Alright, Camellia. Just gets a feat. Ability and Trickery. And Armor Focus, Medium Armor. The armor class bonus granted by any medium armor that you equip increases by 1. This will make her a little tankier. She also gets more spells. Asila gets a feat. We've read all this before on my paladin. Let's do Knowledge World and Perception. If I was going to mount... Well, we want 3 mobility anyway, right? So she gets that extra +1 dodge bonus from fighting defensively. She's also going to get Armor Focus for heavy armor. The armor class bonus granted by any heavy armor that you equip increases by 1. And since we have Fatigued on my main character, I'm going to give her Sickened. Whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target is no longer Sickened. We should be able to see our new animal companion over here as well. Yeah, Sunshine. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear about something? Anevia is outside your door, leaning casually against a shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that. And I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Everything seems clear so far. But what else do you wish to discuss? So the rift that darn beetle left with its scythe. Yeah, well, it cut the city into 2, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried to make it sure. Sorry, to make sure. Misread that. But if you got a mind to go across, I think you're going to have to eventually. You might want to give the square a once-over. You want me to stay here and guard the tavern? You what? No. Your task is far too important. You can't just haul up here all cozy-like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pile. Got it? Well, what do you think the demons will attack next? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole darn city. Does Vermin know they've lost the upper hand, and that we're going to push back hard? If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. If you've got any business that needs taking care of, you better do it soon. Thank you for the warning. See you later. Later. Watch yourself out there. So the warning about things changing beyond recognition, this is the only act that actually has a time limit. You have, I think, 3 days? Don't quote me on the exact time. But there's 2 locations, well, 3 locations that'll change. Technically 4 if you include the Defender's Heart. But 3 locations that'll change after the attack on the Defender's Heart. And that's the Blackwing Library, the Tower of Estrad, and Market Square. So you're going to prioritize those 3 locations and try to get them done as fast as possible. With one caveat. But we'll discuss that once we get there. But alright, I'm gonna call it here, and next time, we have some folks to talk to here in the tavern. We'll have to set out and take care of Irabeth's objectives. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.